Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about the 10th house and how to unlock your career based on the sign or planet you have in your 10th house, okay? But before we get into that, I have to remind you, if you enjoy my readings, you can book a reading with me. All you have to do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com, and I'll certainly get back with you. So getting back into the 10th house and how to unlock your career. Okay, and this is part 2. So we'll be going through all the signs from Libra to the end, all the way to Pisces, all right? So we're going to be talking about how to unlock your career through the 10th house, all right? And we're going to start off with Libra or Venus. So if you have Libra or Venus in the 10th house, one of the ways, important ways to unlock your career is through relationships, okay? And this isn't going to be easy, okay? Because the 10th house puts a lot of obstacles in whatever energy is in that house. So with Libra dealing with relationships and partnerships, there will be a lot of obstacles. However, this is how you will unlock your career regardless. And I know that sounds crazy, but basically Libra loves relationships. It creates relationships, but in the 10th house, it puts obstacles, and you're not going to be able to create a lot of relationships as freely like that. They have to be very business orientated, more professional. These relationships can also consist of people who are older, maybe. And even if not older, just something more business, more disciplined, okay? This is not going to be your stereotypical, like, Libra in the 7th house type of relationships where it's harmonious and beautiful. You have to have strong boundaries, and you create these strong boundaries so that the relationships that you do make are strong, practical, stable, and productive, okay? Relationships have to correlate with your career. So you want to look on the professional side of relationship, on a productive level, have a productive interest with that person, a professional interest with that person, and therefore you guys can create a relationship, a true bond, and then this can move on to something more romantic, definitely with Venus and Libra. But with the 10th house here, productivity, professionalism, business, and career comes first, okay? So these relationships that you make will advance your career. Also with Libra or Venus in the 10th house, beauty, art, creativity, these are ways that you unlock your career. Libra and Venus deal with beauty. They love the aesthetics, they love fashion, they love art, creativity. Okay, so you want to tap into this in order to unlock your career. Get into the creative fields that deal with beauty, makeup, fashion, music, dance, whatever it is, some type of creative expression, something that is beautiful, beautifying, interior design, anything that deals with beauty and art. These are fields and subjects that you should go into with Libra or Venus in the 10th house. So tap into that creativity, and that's how you will unlock, your career, okay, your beauty. Also with beauty within yourself, how you show up, okay? 10th house deals with your reputation, how you are. So you have Libra or Venus here. Beauty. You want to look beautiful. You want to look attractive. This is how you attract partners. This is how you attract relationships. This is how you get into the partnerships that help build your career. So use your attractiveness and your beauty in order to attract people and relationships to build that career. You still want it to make it professional, though. Don't get so lost into the romance. With Libra and Venus in the 10th house, fall in love with career, with your productivity, with what you're doing. Make that be the love. Use your beauty and your attractiveness to attract people on a professional level, not just on a romantic level. That's not really going to work. You want to add the professionalism. This is not just a romantic placement. This is a professional one. And that professionalism, that career has to be integrated within your beauty and your art and your romance and how you present yourself. So look attractive, but not for the soul of just simply dating, to meet your business partner. Look attractive to meet your business partner. Also with this placement, you want to communicate as well too. Libra and Venus is great communicators, so you also want to communicate, because this is how you can harmonize. This could be through singing, but this can also be through mediation. Okay, if you're a lawyer, okay, think of that career and how you have to balance things. Now, lawyers do lie, so I don't know how Libra of a career that is when you're supposed to find justice, but use your communication to beautify things. Okay, that is another strength of Libra, and that's another way for you to empower yourself in your career. Libra in the 10th house or Venus in the 10th house, you want to create balance and beauty and peace, not only through art but also through communication. So these are great communicators, and they can create balance and peace and mediate through what they say. So, you know, therapy, whatever, you could go many fields with this: psychology, therapy, public speaking, whatever. But communication is another power. And also with Libra and Venus in the 10th house, and people don't mention this, you want to be careful for procrastination. Okay, Libra or Venus in the 10th house can be a difficult placement because Libra and Venus, they're very chill, they're very relaxed, okay? They're magnetic, so they like to attract things to them. They're not about putting in the work, initiating the work. They're more about attracting the opportunities. But with Libra and Venus being in the 10th house is Capricorn, okay? This is cardinal earth. So you have to initiate your projects. You have to get to work. The 10th house is going to make you get to work. And that can be hard for Libra and Venus in the 10th house. These can be people who procrastinate, who don't really want to do anything. This could be very lazy energy. And again, you don't have to initiate so much energy because again, this is Libra and Venus. It doesn't operate as an initiator. However, you still got to put in some type of work. And the 10th house is going to require that from you. So definitely watch out for procrastination, because you can't just be out here just attracting things and just chilling and not really wanting to do anything unless it's beautiful and perfect. You can't have that approach with Libra or Venus in the 10th house. You got to get to work, and you have to know how to initiate your work. So very important. Don't fall for procrastination. Now, if you have Scorpio or Pluto in the 10th house, okay, to unlock your career, you really want to tap into your passions and your obsessions, okay? And this is because Scorpio is very passionate and very obsessed. And, or I wouldn't even say obsessed, but very focused. And when you put it in the 10th house, a house of career, a house of putting in work, being ambitious, going for what you want, this is going to intensify the Scorpio energy. So Scorpio in the 10th house makes a person very passionate, focused, almost obsessed with their career. And you're supposed to use this energy to drive your force through. This is a power, okay? Your ability to focus is very good for the 10th house. The 10th house needs discipline. They need focus. So when you have a Scorpio energy in here that gives you that focus, that passion, that almost obsessiveness of something, this helps generate energy in the 10th house. This makes it easier to go for what you need to go for. This makes it easier to deal with the obstacles that the 10th house is going to give you. And again, the 10th house needs someone who's ambitious. Okay, so unlike Libra and Venus in the 7th house, which can create a lot of procrastination, Scorpio or Pluto in the 10th house, this creates a lot of passion, ambition, a lot of ambition. So you use that to drive you in your career. This is a power. This is really, really good with Scorpio or Pluto in the 10th house. Use that passion to drive your force through. Also, this is very important to use this passion because this placement is very intense. Having Scorpio or Pluto in the 10th house is very intense. However, you can handle it, and I'll explain why. But it's very intense because the 10th house deals with obstacles, okay? It's going to put challenges in you. And when you put the Scorpio energy, which deals with power struggles, okay? Scorpio deals with power struggles. Scorpio attracts people who try to take power from you so that you can wake up and take your power back. Scorpio deals with power, okay? But it deals with it in a very abusive way, okay? People kind of like taking, like, oppressing you, taking things from you, bullying you, restricting you. It's taking power from you. So the intensity of that, okay, will make you want to take your power back, okay? But you got to go through these obstacles. So with Pluto or Scorpio in the 10th house, it can feel like you have bullies. You can feel like you have people against you, a lot of enemies against you, a lot of people. This type of energy is what you're supposed to fight and overcome so that you become the strong, powerful person that you're meant to be. Scorpio in the 10th house are very powerful people. And we can talk about the other side of it where people become extremely abusive with this energy. Okay, and we'll get into that. But looking at it in the more victim mindset on the other spectrum, you're going to go through a lot of obstacles, okay? Dealing with your stability, your money, your reputation, all of that being attacked, being abused. People make you feel like nothing. You feeling like you have no stability. You feeling like you have no money. You feeling like you have no place or purpose in life. You're going to go through a lot of those intense feelings, okay? A feeling like real, like shit, okay, with this placement. But once you get to this point, you use that energy, all that oppression that you feel, you use that to take your power back because you're going to get really upset. Pluto in the 10th house, Scorpio 11th house, when it comes to your career, you can get really upset with the power struggles and the abuse that you have to deal with. This is like some real dark karma when it comes to your career. It's going to make you upset, but that upset is going to create a passion in you, an adrenaline in you, a force in you like no other. This is why I say this is a very powerful placement, especially once you overcome your fears, your insecurities, and the power struggles that come against you. This is what's going to make you a powerful person. You just have to overcome it. Once you overcome it, there will be no fear of anything. Okay, people with Pluto and Scorpio in the 10th house are very powerful people. These are people who occupy very high positions in society and life. I'm just being straight up honest. And this is why a lot of people who are in the high, like CEOs, like people who like billionaires and all these people, a lot of them, in my opinion, could have placements with Scorpio and Capricorn or Pluto in 10th house and stuff like that. This is because they're very cutthroat. Very cutthroat, very hardcore. They can handle a lot of pressures. They can handle a lot of intensity. They can handle these things, and because they can handle it, this is what puts them over people. This is what makes you a powerful person. When so many people are against you, taking things away from you, oppressing you, and you stand up to it, you stand up to these fears, there's nothing you can't stand up to. And this makes you a powerful person because you can stand up for yourself, okay, and you can take your power back. This is what makes you powerful. No one can stop you. So with Pluto and Scorpio in 10th house, definitely strong power struggles that you have to overcome. But once you overcome these power struggles, you get into your real position, which is top boss, lady, boss man, whatever. It puts you in that powerful position because you have overcome these obstacles and you know how to fight for yourself and get to the top. You've dealt with the rudest, restrictive energy of all. So if you can overcome the hell of it, you're on top. You're on top. This is why these people are powerful. They're cutthroat. They're very business orientated. They're strict. This is why I say use your passion to go for your career because you have such strong energy from it. The obstacles that you go through, the people that oppress you, it awakens an energy within you. Okay, and an ambition within you, a passion within you that, you know, you just go with the force. Think about when someone gets you angry, you get mad, and then you hulk up and you attack them back. You know, that is kind of the energy of Scorpio. You know, it's like you deal with all this oppression, and then you get so angry, then you attack back, and you become like the strongest thing ever. That's literally the energy of Scorpio in the 10th house. It's this transformation, but in the career, in the realm of career, in the realm of business, in the realm of money, in the realm of public reputation. So these are very powerful people. And on the other spectrum of it, they can be so powerful that they become abusive. So be careful of that. You don't want to get in that. But to unlock your career, all you got to do is tap into your passion, and you have so much of it, so it's going to be so blatant. These people, in my opinion, sometimes have no choice but to become powerful and successful. It's like either become powerful, successful, or die. That's how I feel like with this placement because of the pressure. It's like you either stand up to it or you completely fall and collapse. And also with this placement, use your intuitive and psychic abilities. Pluto and Scorpio in the 10th house, you guys can come up in your career in a very sneaky way where no one saw it coming. Okay, so, and the reason is because you guys are very intuitive. You guys know how to seep and look in between the lines and read in between the lines. So you know shortcuts. Okay, you can read people, you can understand what people want. Okay, you can see the game for its totality and do it in the quickest way, in the way that makes the most sense. Like Scorpio and Pluto, very sneaky energies. They deal with hidden energies. So a lot of times when they come up, it is very hidden. It's like you didn't see it coming, but they're in the toppest level. But that's because they're very intuitive, okay? They know all the shortcuts. They know the true underlying energies while everyone's playing the game. They're playing their own type of game, and they're taking shortcuts, and they're changing and playing by their own rules, and they're seeing the loopholes. Okay, Scorpio is great for seeing the loopholes and going right straight through, so that's why they can shortcut their way through. So also tap into your psychic intuitive abilities. Use your intuition, because you can use this to kind of shortcut through, which is a beautiful thing with Scorpio in the 10th house. All right. Now, if you have Sagittarius or Jupiter in the 10th house, okay, to unlock your career, I'm definitely going to say this, okay, and I'm a 10th house person. I have so many planets in the 10th house, so this is kind of like my territory. But with Jupiter in 10th house, do not give up on your career. Like, I have this placement, and it's so important to not give up in your career. And the reason is because Jupiter is very optimistic, and it's all about opportunities. And with Jupiter or Sagittarius, okay, same thing, in the 10th house, people with this energy are very optimistic of their career. But because this is the 10th house, you're going to deal with obstacles, and your ego is going to get checked. So, you know, 10th house operates like Saturn. So it's not about, Jupiter's like the opposite. It's about luck, quick opportunities, abundance of everything. Saturn's not like that. Saturn wants you to work and go through all the steps. So with Jupiter, people with Jupiter or Sagittarius in the 10th house, you can be very optimistic of your career, but get so beaten down by the obstacles that 10th house puts you. You're like thinking to yourself, I should be up here. I should have all of this. Why am I not lucky? Like, I should just have it. And it's like, you're going to have it. I'm telling you, like Sagittarius in the 10th house or Jupiter in the 10th house, you're going to have it, but you got to put in the work. You got to keep going through those knockdowns, those ego checks, those constant blows that the 10th house is going to put against you. Yes, I know you feel like the luckiest person in the world, and you really are, but you need more patience. You just need discipline and patience. This is very important because, like I said, these people have this approach that they can just take over the world, and they can, but they need that discipline. And when you have Jupiter and Sagittarius, you're not the most patient person in the world. Okay, you like shortcuts. Okay, you like just getting it, and you don't understand why things have to take so much time. But they are with this placement. But if you don't give up, I'm telling you, you're going to explode. You just need the 10th house energy, which is stability, practicality, and work ethic. You just need that. Once you have that and you build that by going through the obstacles that the 10th house is putting you, that's how you learn those basic discipline, 10th house disciplines of work ethic, routine, and stuff. You can build a huge career. You're going to pop off because you're so energetic, you're so smart, you're so optimistic. Keep tapping into that optimism. I don't care how many times you fall down. Keep getting up. You're going to pop. You're going to explode, okay? This placement, a lot of people say you're lucky, and you actually are, but you just need patience, though. People don't want to talk about the patience that you do. You are lucky, and you do have a lot of opportunities. Please don't think you don't. But you need patience, because having an abundance in the 10th house is also having an abundance of obstacles. Okay, it's not just having abundance of career, but with the career element in which is the 10th house, deals with obstacles, challenges on a practical level. So you have an abundance of that, so you have to deal with that. So have that patience, guys, and you have that because you have that optimism. I'm telling you, you're going to pop off, and you're going to be bigger than you ever think. Jupiter in the 10th house, once this energy ignites, through all the discipline, through all the years and the time, you become something huge. It's Jupiter. It's gonna Jupiter. You become something huge, so take advantage. Keep going. Don't get discouraged, and use that optimism, that delusion to keep going. Because it won't be delusional anymore, I'm telling you. Also, travel. Travel is good for Sagittarius in the 10th house or Jupiter in the 10th house. Traveling is good. You have to expand your world. Expand your life. Have the experiences. See different people. This is how you expand your life. This is how you open different portals in your career. You're meant to travel. You're meant to expand. You're meant to see the world. So take your career like an adventure. And a literal one. Literally travel, explore, see the world, see the things that you can tap into. You don't know what you're tapping into. This is how you can tap into that strong Jupiter energy, and it doesn't feel like you're just being restricted. Traveling is the best because you will find something through this, and it could be very productive on a practical level because 10th house is practicality. This deals with money and real stability, earth energy. So definitely travel, see the world. It will open different portals to your career. Okay, your career might be meant outside of your own local place. You might be meant to branch out and become big in a foreign area, in a different area from your local town or community or where you're used to. So definitely expand and travel. You don't know what type of opportunities you'll be opening and expanding, and this is one of the easiest ways to tap into Jupiter energy, is just to travel, literally. And also expanding of the mind. We don't only just travel with Sagittarius and Jupiter energy, but we'll also expand with the mind. We travel through the mind. This is why Sagittarius rules philosophy. Jupiter deals with your philosophy, your thoughts about this world, how you not only expand physically but spiritually, and that's through what we know. So understanding our world in different worlds. So philosophy, teaching, okay, things of education, higher education, spiritual, preaching, spiritual messaging, things of these subjects, okay, these higher learning subjects, these types of things, astrology, like these types of subjects are very, very, very Jupiterian, very, very Sagittarius subjects, because Sagittarius is all about expanding the mind, okay? It's opposite of Gemini, which is like local, your traditional local education, what you learn in your school. Sagittarius is about expanding it. So you want to expand your mind in order to tap to your career. You want to learn different new topics, okay? I know astrology. Okay, I expanded my world through astrology, and I teach astrology on YouTube, and I do readings, and so this could be a career opportunity for me. And I have Jupiter in the 10th house. So whatever interesting subjects you're into, keep exploring them and expand your mind with them, because philosophy, education, spirituality is very much Jupiter in the 10th house. Like I said, I study astrology, gave me a career, because I have many things I'm into, but astrology is, of course, one of the biggest ones. And it gave me a career route. Now I can teach astrology on YouTube, and I also give readings to people, and it's really expanded my reputation in ways that I've never thought could happen. So even if you're not really of a traveler, travel through the mind, through the spirit, through expanding what you know. Okay, this is through research, through understanding different topics, through your philosophy, through your faith in what you believe in. So expand that, okay? And also be courageous, okay? Sagittarius is a fire sign, so it's action orientated. So these big ideas you have for your career, act on them. Be extra, be exaggerating, do the big thing, do the extra thing that everyone thinks is so big, and so do it, okay? Explore your exaggerated personality and take actions on your ideas. You want to get active. This is fire energy. Take actions. You have an idea to travel somewhere, go and do it. Take the risks. Be courageous with Sagittarius and Jupiter in the 10th house. You want to, because you're big energy. You're not here to do small things. You're here to do big things. So you got to take big actions and be courageous. Now, if you have Capricorn or Saturn in the 10th house, okay, This is the home for Capricorn and Saturn, okay? So you are here to do things, okay? You're here for a strong sense of purpose, absolutely, with this placement. I think Madonna has Saturn in the 10th house, and you see how she was very career orientated. So Saturn in Capricorn in the 10th house, you really got to have purpose here. And with this placement, one of the first things I would say in order to unlock your career is to challenge the obstacles and the struggles that come towards you. Okay, Saturn and Capricorn in 10th house, these are not little sissies. These are like, I don't want to say sissy. That's so sexist. These people are not weak. Okay, these are very strong, resilient people. There's a lot of obstacles that come against you, especially when it comes to your reputation, your money, and your stability. Okay, so these are people who could have been raised in maybe in poverty, maybe financial issues that traumatized you, stability issues, okay? Maybe your house burnt down, maybe the breadwinner of your family, passed away, and then you guys struggled with money in the family. Maybe your reputation and how people see you feel like you can't do anything. Everything you do, people criticize you and people make you feel like you're not good at anything. So you take these struggles, because that's what Saturn in the 10th house or Capricorn in the 10th house is going to do with you. They're going to attack your stability, your money, and your self-worth in terms of your reputation, your purpose. But what you have to do with this placement is be the Capricorn, be the Saturn in the 10th house. Challenge these obstacles. You gotta be a warrior. You gotta be a worker. You gotta be a warrior. You gotta fight. Saturn wants you to fight. Capricorn wants you to fight. In the 10th house, they want you to fight. These struggles that come against you is to bring awareness that you can be something. But Saturn's gonna attack you in that way to see if you can push through, if you can fight through. Okay, it's going to attack your weaknesses, because once you address your weaknesses, that's how they become strengths. You work on them. So you got to be a challenger. You got to challenge your struggles. And a lot of Saturn in 10th house and Capricorn 10th house people do that. When they come against obstacles, instead of folding in, they actually embrace it. This is a Capricorn trait, because you guys represent challenges on a practical level. So you guys are that. So you become that by challenging it, okay? I tripped on this rock. Okay, let me give an example. Like, you're running and there's rocks on the floor, and you're running barefoot and your feet get hurt. Okay, that's the challenge. Now you challenge that by going again, but maybe you wear sandals this time, or maybe you figure out the empty spaces in between the rocks so that you can jump through them, and you practice it until you get it, until you can leap through that section of rocks so that your feet don't bleed. It's stuff like that. I know that's a weird example, but what I'm basically trying to say is that the obstacles that you're going to get are meant for you to challenge them. Okay, Saturn and Capricorn in 10th house, in the Saturn or Capricorn in the 10th house people, they are challengers. Okay, you got to stand up to your challenges, and you have to develop a strong sense of purpose here. Saturn in Capricorn in the 10th house is going to bully you so much on your self-worth that you have no choice but to figure out, okay, what is my purpose here? Okay, it's very kind of similar to like Pluto and Scorpio in 10th house, how you're getting challenges and oppression. Saturn and Capricorn is going to be more practical. So it's going to be more about stability, money, practical things. Whereas Scorpio, Pluto is more emotional. But still, it's still an obstacle, and they can still intertwine, okay? The issues can still intertwine. So again, you got to bulk up to these challenges. You stand up to them, okay? You were born, you're raised in a family household where you didn't have a lot of money and finances. That is your indication to make that. That is your indication to make money, to make that not be a reality anymore. Okay? You feel like you're not good at anything and people come against you and your reputation. That is your indication to find what is your purpose here in life, how to become something on a tangible level, because so much of that is going to be challenged. So people with Saturn and Capricorn in 10th house, they want to know, who are they here to be? What is their purpose? How do they make money? How do they become someone of purpose? How do they financially stabilize themselves? How do they feel stable? How do they get that big house that they want because they grew up poor? You know, a lot of people with this placement can grow up poor, but it's to make them ambitious and get the most money that they want. Okay, this is like, I started from the bottom to the top. Okay, this is, again, this is home in the 10th house, so you're operating like the 10th house. So you must find purpose here. You cannot sit around not doing anything, not knowing what you're supposed to be. People with Saturn, Capricorn, 10th house, they want to know who are they going to be in this world because they're tired of being irrelevant and feeling like they have no worth. Absolutely not. So use that anger to find your purpose. You have to find a strong sense of purpose. And then you got to work on it. Work ethic is so important with Saturn, Capricorn in the 10th house. I'm talking about your routines, your plans, all of these things, your money, how you save up, how you make money, working jobs, your 9 to 5, the routines you do everything to build up, your business plans for your big ideas, your big projects. Okay, what are the little things you're doing every day to build up to that? Okay, your responsibility. Okay, all of that. Work ethic. You got to work with this placement. And you have the ability to. The work ethic is here. One of the superpowers of having Saturn or Capricorn in the 10th house is your resilience. That is one of the strongest things, is your resilience and your endurance. These people have been through a lot, so they can handle a lot, okay? Like a little struggle ain't nothing to them. Whereas other placements, they could get really beat up in the 10th house. Saturn and Capricorn, once these people learn their value and worth, they develop a strong sense of purpose. And that's why it's so important. Before you even get to work ethic and everything, you want to develop a yearning for purpose. Because once you have that, then you can use that to do all the hard work that you need to do to get to the top. Because you're going to need that work ethic. You're going to have to put in that work. And again, you guys have the endurance. Saturn and Capricorn in 10th house, they're used to doing things over and over again to get better at it. They're used to, not being good at something and people be like, oh, you're whack. So then they keep working and working on it and they get really good. And you're like, damn, Joe, how did you get so good? Yeah, because you kept saying that he was whack. You guys kept making him feel worthless. So he took that energy and put in the work and the patience and the work ethic and got up there. So you need that work ethic. You also need that patience to keep coming through because you're going to fall down. You got to know how to get back up and go through. And again, Saturn, Capricorn in 10th house, I feel like you guys getting kind of set up in life, especially in the beginning of your life where people make you feel like you have no talents or gifts or purpose. I feel like that's a blessing in disguise. Because when you don't feel like you're gifted really in anything, and you put in this idea that everything's going to take and work, you literally do that. That's the beautiful thing about Saturn Capricorn people is that they don't really believe in talent. They believe in work. Their talent is work. That's the talent. They don't believe that you come in this life with these gifts and you just excel. They don't have that experience. Saturn in 10th house is not going to give you that experience where you could just rely on your talents. I'm not saying you don't have. But it's not going to make it obvious to you because you got to build the work ethic. So the true talent here with Saturn, Capricorn in 10th house is their work, their ability to work. They don't feel like, the thing I love about this placement is they don't feel like they have to be good at something to do it. A lot of other placements, especially like Jupiter in 10th house, Libra, they're specific to certain things. Art, creativity, travel, they're specific to certain things. But with Saturn in Capricorn, it's not the specific thing is work. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter if it's art. It doesn't matter if it's cooking. It doesn't matter if it's technology. It doesn't matter what the subject is. They believe that they can accomplish and master it as long as they study and put in the work. And that is such a beautiful thing because you can accomplish anything. You can accomplish anything with this type of energy. This is why I say Saturn in the 10th house, Capricorn in the 10th house is a very blessed placement. People don't see it that way. How can it not be when the planets are literally at home? People have troubles. A lot of astrologers have issues interpreting Earth energy as a strength. That's a whole nother video that I'll make on. But I'm just giving the tea right there. But Saturn, Capricorn, these people, they're so humble. So it's like they don't care whatever they do, they will put in the work. And if you put in the work long enough, you're gonna get good. So there's nothing that these people can't master. And they have the patience and the endurance to keep going through. These people do not stop until they get what they want. So this, you unlock your career by putting in the work. Study the 10,000 Olivine, put in the work, and find your true purpose. And don't let the obstacles, okay, these obstacles that are making you feel bad, making you feel worthless, take that as a challenge. Saturn is challenging you. He knows you have purpose. He just wants to knock it in you. And once you wake up to that and you find your purpose, fight for it. And you will be able to, because you have the endurance better than any other placement. Every other placement has to rely on a lot of other energies, and this is why they get beat up in the 10th house, because the 10th house is about work. I don't care if you're a Libra and Venus in the 10th house. You still got to work for that relationship. You're not going to get it in the romantic way. I don't care if you're, Pisces or Neptune in the 10th house, okay? You still got to put in practical work within the spirituality. But Saturn, Capricorn, this is the placement, including Virgo too, Virgo in the 10th house, but this is the placement that understands that you can build anything if you put the work into it. And this is why they accomplish so much, okay? Such strong work ethic. I think this is one of the strongest, hardest workers. Like I said, Madonna had this, okay? And you can look at Madonna as an example. Like, she wasn't the best singer. Did that stop her from her dreams of being a singer? It didn't stop her. She put in everything. She put in her dance. She put in her creativity. She put in everything that she can in order to make it happen. She didn't let this little talent, I don't sing like this person, I'm not that great. She didn't let that stand down to her. So look at it that way. Like, you guys have a lot of endurance. You guys can do anything. Just put in the work. And because you guys are willing to put in the work, that's why you can do anything. So yes, that is Saturn, Capricorn in the 10th house. Now, if you have Aquarius or Uranus in the 10th house, okay, you unlock your career through friendships, through groups, through networking. You want to find your group, okay? Because your friendships, your associations, the networking you do is going to strongly unlock your career. This is how you tap into your career, through your network, through your groups. Now, it doesn't come in easy. Okay, this is not Aquarius or Uranus in the 11th house. This is Aquarius and Uranus in the 10th house, boo. This is not going to come easy. Your friendships, just like with Libra, it has to be disciplined. So friendships in life don't come easily. You're going to find that you don't make friends easily with this placement. You don't find a lot of people that you can relate to. This is the 10th house, putting obstacles in your friendships, okay? And this is because you have to develop your skills, your unique skills. Now, Aquarius and Uranus deals with the innovative mind, okay? So these people are very scientific. They can be very into pseudosciences, sciences in general. They can have very unique ideas, almost very controversial. Now, this is okay in the 11th house, but when you have Uranus and Aquarius in the 10th house wants to discipline this. So your unique ideas are fine, but they need to be backed up with practicality. So what you actually find is that with Aquarius and Uranus in the 10th house, because these energies are not at home, and we'll talk about that in another video, you can tap into your career with your unique ideas, with being rebellious, but if they don't have grounding, they won't launch. And you will find that a lot of your uniqueness will go through lots of criticism and bash, like lots of criticism, because you can't back it up. Saturn wants you to make it real. Saturn wants you to make your unique ideas that are all up in the air practical. You have to ground them. So grounding it looks like something practical. That means making a job out of the unique ideas you have. Okay, you got these unique ideas. How do you turn this into a job so that you can actually make money? You have unique ideas. How do you make it make sense? Okay, you got to use logic. Okay, sometimes Aquarius, Uranus, you could be so out there and it doesn't make any practical sense. Like, yeah, it's cool when you think about it, but when you apply it to reality, it is not practical. This is what you have to do, and this is very hard. You get a lot. Uranus and Aquarius just wants to be out there with the mind, but the 10th house won't let you do that. It's going to discipline your mind. So, and the purpose of this, and we're going to go right back around, the purpose of this is to establish something unique that is practical, that can be used, okay? So this could be anything from like creating an invention. You have a unique idea, right? And then you turn it physical. You actually make it into a physical invention. This is very much Uranus in the 10th house or Aquarius in the 10th house. You're taking these unique ideologies and you're making them practical. You make it a physical thing, okay? These are how inventions are created. And this is practical because people can use it. It's not just a unique idea in your head anymore. It's something of use. Okay? Being a rebel with a cause. This is a placement where you cannot be a rebel without a cause. Rebelling out of nowhere is going to make you look really sloppy with this placement. There needs to be a cause. There needs to be something practical. Something that is practical to people, that works for people. If you're going to be for the people, you're going to rebel for the people, make it practical. Make it make sense. Back up your unique ideas with logic. Something that makes sense. Something that's realistic. Something that you can apply to the everyday life. If you can't, you're going to go through lots of criticism and you might get canceled. You might just get canceled. So basically, Saturn's not going to allow you to connect with people because the end goal is to connect and to create a community. But Saturn's not going to allow you to do this until you get your ideas grounded. Otherwise, you're going to be doing too much. The karma here with having Uranus and Saturn in the 10th house, Uranus and Aquarius in the 10th house, is to make your ideas, your unique ideas, way more practical, way more productive, way more logical and useful into reality. And if you don't, you will not be able to tap into that Uranus Aquarius energy. You will always find so much criticism. So once you're able to ground your stuff, whatever it is, okay, you're not just rebelling, but you're rebelling with a cause that's actually useful to people. Once you're able to develop this, and this takes maturity, this takes time, this takes practice. This is why the 10th house deals with time. You know, it takes time to climb up that mountain. Once you develop this is when you can apply your unique ideas to society. Then you can finally share them, and then you're going to find the people that actually relate and connect to you. It's no longer going to be, I'm this unique person with this unique idea that nobody agrees with and everyone's gaslighting me. Once you're able to make it productive, make it make sense, back it up with that Saturnian energy, even make it a job, this is where you find people that relate to you and connect to you. You find your tribe, okay? Because before, Saturn was putting, the 10th house was putting a lot of obstacles with your network. And this is because you got to make it practical. You have to find the true purpose, the tangible, real purpose in these higher ideas and energies that are all up in the ethers. So definitely a very important thing with Uranus and Aquarius in the 10th house. You don't get to just be a crazy rebel. Like if your Uranus and Aquarius was in the 11th house, you could do all that. But you can't do it here. You have to be more practical. Okay, so very important. But what you do, you can tap into your crew, into your tribe, into your people that connect with you, and you can become really big and become a huge trailblazer. And not one that disrupts society, but one that makes it productive for society. Okay? Because Aquarius can be so out there and they can be chaotic, but 10th house is going to make sure that you are productive and you're doing it in the right way. If you have Pisces or Neptune in the 10th house, okay, Pisces or Neptune in the 10th house, you need to number one, to unlock your career, you need to understand who you are and your identity within this world on a reputation level. The issue with Pisces and Neptune is they're just everywhere. They're open energy and they don't have a strong sense of self and identity. And this is a problem within the 10th house, okay? Because you're going to come through lots of obstacles. With Neptune and Pisces in the 10th house, this could be an uncomfortable placement because of the harshness, okay, that comes, that goes against the Pisces person and the Neptune person that has it in their 10th house. It can be harsh, okay, because this could be a lot of harsh energy onto your reputation, okay, because you're open And this could be people messing up your reputation, giving you a false sense of reputation, abusing who you are. Okay, with Pisces and Neptune in the 10th house, they're so open and have no boundaries that they can feel very, very restricted, okay, by the energy. So, and the reason why the 10th house is doing this is so that you can find your identity. You really shouldn't be too comfortable here, because if you are, then you're just going to let things go. And that's not how the 10th house works. The 10th house has a lot of boundaries. And with Neptune and Pisces having none of them, you're going to struggle with this, okay? You're going to struggle within your career because you don't have an identity. You don't know your purpose and what you're here to do. Okay, and this is water energy, so it could be emotional. This could be people gaslighting you. Okay, this could be like, people stealing your, kind of your ideas and stuff like that. This could be people taking advantage of you. Okay, overrunning your reputation. Okay, this is you not having a true stance. Like, who am I? So this is so important, because I'm telling you, once you figure out who you are, your purpose here, which is usually something of healing, of artistic and creativity, this is where you can operate in the best way. Okay, with Pisces and Neptune in the 10th house, Pisces and Neptune deal with arts, the creativity, the healing energy, spirituality. So if you want to unlock your career, you tap into these natural gifts that you have. Okay, this is the way that you can tap into your career, through spirituality, through art. Okay. And the beautiful thing about having Pisces and Neptune is that even though it's definitely very harsh and traumatizing, again, with the lack of identity, with the open energies, with people being able to kind of like free open attack you, especially you're in the 10th house. This is an open house for everyone to see. So if you're so open, you have no boundaries, it's easy for people to attack you. But on the flip side of it, another a beautiful aspect to this, okay, because Pisces is so dualistic, is that you can also make your career an easier grind, an easier climb, by tapping into your imagination, by tapping into your intuition. Pisces and Neptune is so spiritual, and when you put this energy in the 10th house, it almost changes your career journey into something magical, so intuitive. So this is like getting signs. So like this is like having a dream one day of being something, okay, and then you become it. Okay, this is like following your dreams. Okay, like you dream about something and you get this intuition that I'm gonna be this, I don't know, famous actor, or I'm gonna be this, I don't know, this person, and then you become it just based off the intuition. So the universe can give you a lot of what you need. Okay, like all you have to do is follow your intuition. So things are already preset. And basically the work that you have to do is listen to your intuition, listen to your gifts, meditate and tap into yourself, and then you can tap into your purpose, which is usually going to be healing, something magical, something creative, something very spiritual, something out of this world. All right, so this can make your career a beautiful journey, like a beautiful adventure, something very spiritual. But you got to listen to your intuition, and sometimes it's hard to listen to your intuition and trust it when you have such an open energy and you allow other people's opinions and other people's energies influence you. So that's why you have to stay grounded. This is why you have to understand who you are as a person, so that you can execute what you're trying to do, because your career looks like nobody else, especially the grind. I feel like Neptune softens the grind, because again, this is all based off of intuition, dreaming. Okay, this is like God saying, this is who you are, this is who you're going to be. Just do it. Just follow God, follow spirituality, follow your intuition. Okay, and it will lead you to your career. So you have to obey and be submissive to the higher plan. Okay, that's what Neptune and Pisces in the 10th house definitely gives me. Okay, listening to your heart, listening to your intuition, listening to your dreams. Okay, and just moving through that and just showing up, and the world does the rest, because that's how Pisces energy is. But again, you won't be able to listen to your intuition, listen to your dreams without knowing who you are. Okay, you have to. Otherwise, you'll be so confused and pushed all around the place. Know who you are so you can stay centered. And I'm telling you, you can unleash an amazing, magical, spiritual career. I mean, these people could be huge spiritual gurus, huge artists, leaders, healers. I mean, just amazing with what you can do with Pisces or Neptune within the 10th house. Very creative, very magical journey. This is such a magical journey, but know thyself, because that magical journey can easily turn into a nightmare. This is the imagination, and imagination doesn't discriminate. So your journey to your career can turn into a nightmare. So if you do not know your boundaries, which the 10th house is going to try to enforce within you. But if you don't stand up for yourself, you don't learn create boundaries, this can also become an easy nightmare, okay? Because again, you're open energy and you're allowing anything to influence you. So you want to be careful with that, okay? But if you know yourself, you can unleash the most magical career ever. It's so beautiful and it's so spiritual, and it's almost as if God already had the plan mapped out for you. You just needed to listen. So yes, that is the 10th house part 2 from Libra to Pisces. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I have 3 planets in the 10th house. I have Mars, Mercury, and Jupiter all in Libra in the 10th house. So I'm just a 10th house person. So I understand the amount of work you got to put into this house. But it's such a powerful house, guys. Like when you tap into your 10th house, you're tapping into being a powerful person, a person of importance, a person of legacy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Look at your placement. Look at the planets, the signs. So multiple placements should apply to a lot of people. Not all people. We all have different charts. But if you got multiple planets and you got signs, look at all the placements, okay? And see what resonates with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you can book a reading with me. All you have to do is email me at samastralreadings@gmail.com, and I'll certainly get back with you, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.